Are chords getting in the way of your piano playing? Especially the big chords where you notice that your hand starts to hurt or your wrist starts to hurt and you're not sure what's going wrong? I'm going to do my best to show you a couple of the things that I see in pianists, especially beginner and intermediate pianists, that cause a lot of these problems, even into the late intermediate stage. I'm going to start with a do this, not this. I'm going to start with the not this part, and I'm going to show you what I see in a lot of beginning into intermediate pianists when they're playing chords. Even if you have a chord that's just going up to the octave or even sometimes a seventh, I often see this happen. I'm playing the chord and we go. So there's a couple of things going wrong here. I'm going to show you the do this version. So now you can see the difference in my hand. It looks more relaxed. I'm going to go straight to the dot this. You can see that this just looks tense and looks uncomfortable, and that looks comfortable. So now here's what's going wrong. Is two things really. A lot of times we have this concept or idea that we have to always play with curved fingers. Now the problem with that is when you get to larger chords, we actually should not be playing with perfectly curved fingers, playing on the tips of the fingers, because then this happens. This knuckle ends up bending in and the wrist goes up too high and you end up doing what I call the crab position. What you want to do is relax your fingers, but still keep them molded into the position you need to be in. And it doesn't matter which fingering I use. I just want to use the correct fingering for whatever chord I'm playing. I want to keep this knuckle relaxed and curved the right way and keep the wrist a little bit straighter. It's okay if the wrist goes up a little bit. That's totally normal. We just don't want it to be up here, causing the crab position. So often when we get to larger chords, we end up doing the same thing. And we get this kind of thing happening again. So the larger the chord gets, the harder it is to actually correct your hand position. So to get better hand position and to give yourself a little bit more stretch and become more limber in your hands, and this is for both hands, I'm showing the left hand today, but what you want to do is work on exercises that increase your hand span and help you with your with strength of the fingers and ability to control the fingers without stress. Two things you can do. One is try doing scales in different intervals. And all this requires is starting with the fifth, making sure that your hand is relaxed. Then go to the sixth. And watch your hand the whole time until you can make it up to an octave. And watch your octave and make sure that your hand stays relaxed and doesn't start going. Don't overmold your fingers to the point where you become a claw player or a crab player. We don't want any of those. The next thing you can do is doing seventh arpeggios. Do larger arpeggios that use all of your fingers. So instead of just your standard arpeggio here, try doing sevenths. Start with the diminished seventh. This is what a diminished seventh does. It does C, E flat, G flat, A, and just do one octave. And just get your fingers used to stretching. You don't even have to hold this position at all. You want to move with it. I have some other videos on this exercise specifically. Then whenever you are playing octaves or chords, what you want to do is stop on that chord. So let's say that this is the chord you're playing. And your hand does a little bit of this, then just stop, leave your fingers down, let yourself relax your wrist a little bit and these knuckles. It's mostly going to be in these knuckles here. Relax until you can feel it coming back up, relaxing that wrist, relaxing the hand, and then feel this. What does this feel like? Your fingers are still doing the work. They're still pushing the notes down, but you're not overextending your knuckles and your wrist. When you do this, you can cause wrist problems. You really don't want to do this. So do this with all of your chords. Try this with intervals. If you have any issues with these, please let me know. I love to help people with this kind of thing. I can add more videos on exercises that'll help you with these larger chords as well. And lastly, just know that sometimes your hand size makes a difference. Not everybody is going to be able to reach every chord. Like I said, if you've got any questions, let me know. And if you would like to see more exercises on this, I'm probably going to add more anyway. So look for those in the near future and keep working on it. Stay relaxed. Don't let this hurt. Never feel pain in your wrist. If you feel pain in your wrist, something's going wrong. Ask an expert. Ask a piano teacher. You might even need more help than that. Just depends on what's going on. And keep it up.